So you called it 9 times. 9. And you say now, and I know we're still early and this is not your official prediction, but you think Trump is it in 2020 unless what?
Unless the Democrats grow a spine and do their constitutional duty and move into an impeachment inquiry, and I think the evidence will show ultimately an impeachment. It's a false dichotomy to say Democrats have a choice between doing what is right and what is constitutional and what is politically right. Impeachment is also politically right. Right now, based on my system, there has to be 6 negative factors against the party holding the White House, the Trump party, to predict their defeat. They're down only 3. But an impeachment would nail down the scandal key, a 4th key. It might trigger other keys like a real challenge to his renomination or a third party enough to defeat him. And
that was liberal history professor Allan Lichtman being completely honest. He's saying up front, he's saying to the Democrats, listen, according to my election model, which has proved accurate in the past, according to my election model, Donald Trump will be reelected unless you impeach him. So please, please, please impeach him. Otherwise, he's definitely going to be reelected. That's what he's saying. And so I give him credit for his honesty. But here's the thing. This that video was from last May, and now we're after Labor Day, and no impeachment. The consensus was that if the Democrats didn't impeach Trump by the August recess, that impeachment was off the table. And that's pretty much what happened. And why is it off the table? Because the Mueller report, the Mueller investigation, was a complete bust for them. There was no collusion. And believe me, they're not gonna impeach based on vague obstruction of justice for things that actually, for a crime that A, didn't happen, and 2, for what Trump can do constitutionally. He has a constitutional right to fire Comey, and if he wanted to, he could have fired Mueller. And now they're saying it's an obstruction of justice because he was thinking out loud about firing Mueller, but he didn't fire Mueller, and guess what? He still had the right. Now, so what is the state of impeachment right now after Labor Day? Well, it's the same as it was a month ago when you see this interview with Jerry Nadler, the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee. Let's take a look.
Said the chairman of the House Judiciary Committee, Jerry Nadler. Chairman, thank you so much. Good to see you in person. So,
good to be here.
Look, I know you're doing what you've called a full-blown impeachment investigation, that you have been doing that. Obviously, you know we've spoken with someone familiar with your thinking, and we asked, do you support an impeachment inquiry? The source told CNN it's as clear as day. Is it?
Well, I think it's important not to get hung up on semantics. The fact is we are doing an investigation. We are investigating the facts. We are investigating the evidence. We're going into court to get witnesses, all with a view toward deciding and recommending to the House whether to impeach the president. We have the power to vote articles of impeachment, and we are investigating now to get the evidence to decide whether to do so.
So,
translation, we're just going through the motions of a song and dance act that's going absolutely nowhere. Sorry, Mr. Lichtman, there will be no impeachment. And now that there's no impeachment, I really, really would like to see him again on television being interviewed as to the 2020 election. Is he going to do as he did in 2016? What happened is unlike almost everybody else, he actually said that according to my election model, Donald Trump would be elected. But then he didn't like Trump at all, so he says, but I don't think that's going to happen. He kept saying that. I was very amused by that. He says, yes, my election model shows Trump will be elected, but I don't think it's going to happen. This time, he is saying, he's desperate. He's saying, yes, Trump will be reelected unless he's impeached.